Okay, so this was back when it was warmer outside around COVID's first birthday. I had enjoyed going to a mountain in a local area that is pretty famous in the springtime. That's when wildflowers start to bloom there, and it attracts people from all around where I'm from. It's not so much like that famous movie montage where people are like waist deep in a valley of flowers and they're running toward each other to rejoin. However, you feel like you're an impressionist painting because all you see are rolling green hills with little purple, yellow, and orange dots. Another factor that makes this park so beautiful is that you're on a mountain and you're overlooking the valley and you see these deep caverns. You could fall off and die, but deep, gorgeous. Like 1,000,000 years ago, there were probably like the ocean was running through these or a big river. And now it's empty. There's no water except for a couple waterfalls, actually, Phantom Falls, and I forget the other one, and they just go over this cavern, and you just see it like go all the way down to the ground. You honestly feel like you're in a video game. Like, it's just amazing. You feel like you're in Skyrim. And other than these caverns and these waterfalls, there's also, if you don't want to be on the top, you can go through this wooded area and adventure. You can go, I said the cows already, but they're literally there out just wild. Like, they could trample you if they were mean, and maybe they have, and I don't know what happens to the body, but they're there, and you can try and pet them. I haven't had any luck yet. Also, other than the flowers, sometimes you find little patches of succulents, like they're really cute and small, and I feel like I'm looking at a succulent emerald city. They're so cute because they're not everywhere, right? It's mostly grass because it's like a big field on a mountain, but you see these little patches of succulents, and I'm like, oh my god, like there's like a whole little succulent universe down there. But anyway, it's absolutely one of the most beautiful places during the spring. Why not the winter? I don't know. I haven't tried it. No flowers. But in the summer, when it gets like 100 or more degrees outside, it turns into a gold wheat color, which is also pretty. However, that's cricket season. And I wanted to do that last summer. I just didn't get around to it. But, and I'm not just saying, just like, oh yeah, there's crickets, how cute. Like, there's a bunch of crickets, apparently. And I guess, did you know crickets throw up on you as a defense mechanism? I guess it's poisonous, but not to a person. But anyway, it's kind of like apparently from what I've heard, it's a swarm of locusts. I haven't experienced that yet, but when I come back and visit, I'll take videos and whatever. I want to see it once, but anyway. This place during the spring, amazing. Like, I don't even feel like I'm on this planet anymore. It's beautiful. Now I'm overhyping it, but whatever. I like it. So anyway, it was a weekend just like any other weekend in March. I was driving up to meet my friends at the trailhead. Driving, I'm listening to my beats, and I finally get to the area of the trailhead, and usually I can park pretty close to the entrance, but because this was peak bloom, there were probably like about hundreds of people there this time. I would maybe even say 1,000. I don't want to say 1,000 cars because that kind of seems impossible, but there were a lot. There were so many people, I probably had to walk a mile to the trailhead because it was that busy, which is fine because that's what I'm there for, to walk. But anyway, seeing off in the distance all the cars and the traffic and people walking on the street, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna park at the first available parking spot. And so I get there, and there's 2 cars, and there's a big, and one of them is a big gray van, like huge, really tall. I pulled to park, and I decided to park pretty close to the van because I know other people are behind me looking for parking spots, or will look for parking spots, so I might as well be efficient with the space because I don't want to be that one a-hole that kind of parks in the middle of the area. So like it kind of may be big enough for a motorcycle to park, but not a whole car. Like, so I decided to park near this van. And I'll be honest, I love driving with my music really loud. It's fun. I rock out, I sing along. I can see how that's really annoying. But you know, as soon as I park and turn off the engine, the music is over. So anyway, I pull up to this van. There happens to be about like a middle-aged blonde woman in it with her van door open, cooking. I think she was doing something. And I pull up, and before I turn my engine off, she like looks at me like kind of like concerned, and she kind of like does something to like, hey, can you like roll down your window? And I went, yeah. And so I roll down my window, and she's like, excuse me, but could you park somewhere else? I'm really trying to enjoy my day. What? Okay, devil's advocate. I can see, I get one argument where like, well, maybe we're parking in front of her amazing view of like the flowers, and I would get that. However, the way her car and my car was parked, you would have to look forward, you know, from your steering wheel to see one field of flowers, or you would look through the trunk and see the other field of flowers. But yeah, so the way we were parked, if you looked side to side, you would just see more cars, or you wouldn't really see anything, really. So, I don't know. I mean, if she was annoyed by the music, okay, like, I get it. But I'm also, like, not gonna be there. I was gonna be there for 2 seconds, leave, come back way later. And also, lady, this is a public park. Basically, you still have to buy a pass so like the rangers can maintain it and whatever. But like, excuse me, you don't have the receipt unless you have the receipts that you own this mountain. You can't tell me where to park. But because I'm not like confrontational, I look back and I'm holding my steering wheel and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, but I just want to let you know, this is a really popular time of year, and a lot of people are going to be parking right here. And she looks at me the same way I looked at her and said, oh, I know. And so we're looking at each other with like the biggest fake ass smiles and the raised eyebrows and like, try me. But anyway, looking back, this is like a really stupid thing to get mad about. Like, just I'll move my freaking car and give this woman her space. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I was still really heated about it. And the whole mile to the trailhead and the most beautiful place you can ever imagine, in the rolling green hills and the flowers in the distance and cows in the field and people with their friends and family just enjoying that day. I'm walking in my flower leggings, my Dare t-shirt, and my dirty hiking boots, grumbling the whole way there till I see my friends. I was like, I cannot believe this woman telling me where to park. The attitude, and it was incredibly stupid. But anyway, I get back to my friends, or I meet my friends at the trailhead, and I tell them the story, and they're all like, oh yeah, like, that lady, screw her, blah, blah, blah. And were they doing that because they agreed with me or to calm me down? Who knows, but they're the best. And anyway, we continue on our hike, and I get over it. And this time, instead of cows, we see like horses on someone's private property, and be like right next to this big public park, and we just have a great day like we usually do. Every single weekend we visit this mountain, and then we walk back, and my friends offer me a ride back to my car. We had both parked super far away because it was busy, and so I just decided to go with them, and they would just drop me off. And so anyway, we're on the way back to my car, and I notice off in the distance that big van that I had originally parked next to looked like it was parked somewhere else, but you can't really tell because this whole stretch, it isn't a parking lot, it's just the area that's not fenced in on the side of this this mountain, this area. So it honestly, like, it all looks the same. Green valley and a fence, and there's the cars next to the road. All looks the same. And my friend's like, oh my gosh, so it's like, I know I interacted with the woman inside that van, and it's somewhere else, unless my car got stolen. And then Hannah's like, oh yeah, that's funny. That reminds me of a time when my car got stolen. And like, oh, that's so funny. Haha. And she's just telling me her story, and I'm freaking out like, oh my god, if my car gets stolen now right before this huge move I have to do, like, great. But I'm like just keeping calm and listening to her like, oh yeah, like that really sucks, and I'm panicking. I was also concerned, like, if someone stole my car, did the band lady not say anything because she didn't like me? And I'm like, the nerve of that woman. But anyways, we keep driving. I see my car in the distance, and like, oh great, my car didn't get stolen. That's awesome. So we park next to my car, and I notice there's a note on the windshield of my car. A note on the windshield in the back. And so I point it out to my friends, and we get out, and then we read it to the lady in the white car who was accurate. Smiley face. I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? And here's the note. This is what it says. I'll read it to you. I apologize for asking you to move your car. I didn't realize how busy it was. I hope you enjoyed your day. I ended up moving my vehicle to a spot where I am out of the way in the van. It's nice to find pretty places to chill and relax, and that is what I was looking for. Lisa. And then she writes on the side here, I've included my favorite tea. And this was like, she put this in the envelope. See it? It says love. How nice. And I read it, and then I'm like, why was I so crazy before? Like, and then like, you know, we came to an understanding even though I wasn't there. But like, I have faith restored in humanity. Birds were singing again. The sun felt good again. And since my friends knew the story now, we all laughed it off. And it was great. Evan said, I kind of find it funny that she has these notes ready to go in her vehicle, because this is not typically, like, you don't usually have note cards in your van, right? If you live in your van, like bare necessities, which I don't know about van life culture. One of you will have to educate me on that. But anyway, I told Evan, like, well, yeah, but at least she's self-aware to know that she'll probably need these in the future. So anyway, I say goodbye to my friends and continue on with my weekend. When I get back to work on Monday, all my coworkers know that I like to go hiking on the weekends, especially when the weather is good. So I had a couple coworkers ask me how my weekend was, and I said, oh, it was great, but this really funny thing happened, and then I tell them the story again, and I show them all of this, like, this actually happened. So I told Rihanna, who's like, she's one of the nurses there responsible to like for COVID testing and making sure everybody's good to work and responsible for training the newcomers. And I told her this story and she told me, yeah, Cassie, I probably wouldn't drink that tea. It's most likely spiked. And I said, like, yeah, probably. And so that's it. That's my story of the van Karen who became Lisa, the lady who wanted to enjoy her day. Also, I would like to add, there is no evidence that I didn't write this letter, so I'm gonna demonstrate to you really quick that it's not my handwriting, and I guess you can say that, you're just writing shitty on purpose, but here, let me show you. Okay, I'm going to show you the other note really quick, actually. Okay, this is Lisa's. Hi, Lisa. If you're out there somewhere in the universe and you find my video. Anyway, that's her note. And this is mine. Okay, bye.